guys, and welcome to another Garry's Mod video. And in this video I will be talking about these add-ons in Garry's Mod I found a while ago. They're called the female combine Ordinal and female combine Grunt. And I will be discussing why these models, these add-ons, and these concepts do not make any sense, like any actual sense from the standpoint of how the Combine and the Combine transhumanism works. So as you can see, these models do have distinct female features, such as breasts or even ass. And I think that is something that has absolutely zero sense to exist on a Combine soldier, because the Combine, yes, they do take both genders, both males and females, and transform them into the Overwatch transhuman units, right? But when they do that, they completely standardize the procedure. All units are exactly the same, it's about uniformity. It's about standardization. The Combine doesn't really care if you were a male or female before you were augmented. They simply take you as a raw biological material and transform you into something greater, right? All units are indistinguishable from each other, alright? Regardless if they were male or female, they all look pretty much exactly the same. And you cannot tell, alright? Because the Combine removes every individuality, because it's not necessary, Now, yes, it does make perfect sense for these models of female Metro Cops to exist. You can see that they also have breasts and an ass. But that's because Metro Cops are still completely normal humans. They have no augmentations. That's why there are males and females. As a matter of fact, there is a cut female Metro Cop model from the retail version of Half-Life 2. For some reason Valve didn't want it there, but there were supposed to be female Metro Cops even in Half-Life 2, right? It is confirmed in Half-Life Alyx that the Combine does take both genders basically equally and transforms them into equal or equally powerful units. Equally looking units. What would a transhuman unit need breasts for? Is it like a Ordinal or a Grunt or anything are going to be breastfeeding anyone? They can't. Their uniforms are permanent, right? Also, I noticed that this one has kind of like a deformed helmet. I feel like deformed is the front part of it is pushed inwards, which once again doesn't make any sense. The Combine uses literally the same helmets for the units. They should all look like this, Now, this stripped Combine soldier model is from Half-Life 2. However, I just wanted to showcase this to explain better how the transhuman arm of the Combine works. As you can see, this one probably used to be a male because there's no incisions on the chest, which would suggest any removal of redundant tissue like they would do with females when they would remove the tissue from the breasts. But after all of the soldiers are basically going to look like this under the armor. Now, I mean, this model origin is from Nova Prospect, you know. It's on the operating table, so it's not finished. This is probably not the final form, but it does give us a pretty good baseline as to how the transhuman soldiers could possibly circa look under the armor. And once again, they all look exactly the same. A male soldier should, or a formerly male soldier should be indistinguishable from a formerly female soldier. They have the same appearance, same stats, like same capabilities, same armor. There is absolutely no difference, right? Because there's no need for them to be for there to be any difference between them. What I think this is just people projecting their weird, like sexual weirdness onto the Combine from Half-Life, which I think is like really very questionable, and I don't know why would anyone get bricked up over like female Combine soldiers, but I mean, I guess everyone has different preferences. Well, what can I say? It does make sense for a female Metro Cop to exist, but absolutely zero sense for the female transhumans to exist. Because once you're a transhuman, you're not a male, you're not a female. Once you're a combat soldier, you're not a he or a she, you're not you, you're a unit. Right? They strip all of your weaknesses, all of your individuality to transform you into a standardized, uniform machine of the Combine apparatus. A killing machine. Right? So yeah. So this is just something I wanted to discuss. I actually thought about the idea of this video when I was getting my anti-fatigue rations yesterday, aka when I was drinking beer. And actually thought at first that this would be hella funny. But then I was like, hey, it's actually not a bad idea to call this out, because it really seems like people do not understand at all how the Combine works, you know? Well, and as always, thanks for watching. And is there anything I want to say? Probably not. Also, all of the Combine, you know, should basically look like this, regardless if they were male or female. You know what I mean? They should all look the same. Well, anyways, oh no, this is a female one. Fuck, I wanted the. Oh yeah, this is the normal one. Like this, yeah. They should all look the same, no differences, because the Combine erases the differences. Now, yes, most soldiers from the transhuman arm were formerly male. This is because it was mostly males who joined the civil protection. There was like minimum of females, right? So logically, you know, most of the transhumans were males originally, because the Combine mostly recruits into the Overwatch transhuman arm from the civil protection, right? So yeah. So that's just what I wanted to say, and yeah, well, would be females, but you know, the company usually recruits males. And also, always thanks for watching and goodbye.